Hi, this is Jason at Caney Creek, and we're going to try to illustrate two things today. First and foremost, it is not a safety video by any means. I'm doing this fairly quick, so not really following the proper safety precautions. So from that perspective, 100% absolutely ignore this. But what I did want to do is really introduce two things. The first is we've gone through quite a exhaustive search to find a foam that would work as a flotation additive to our baits, and you can see this is just a piece of it. We're going to sell it, probably just by the foot. You can buy as many feet of it as you want, and it'll just come in a continuous length. What you can do with it is you can really add it to any bait. In this case, I've already pre-cut two pieces that are about a little over an inch and a half, and we're going to actually put them in a toad. And then we're going to take the toad out and fish it so you can see what it actually does. Another pretty cool idea, though, if I just grab, a worm, is you could actually take, now this is an open pore worm, but it would work with an injection worm as well, is you could pour, half the worm, lay this foam inside of it, and then pour the other half of the worm. And then the real benefit in a scenario like that might be Carolina rigging it. Where you're dragging your weight along the bottom, and no matter what, at that point your bait's going to stay up high. So there's just, you're really only limited by your imagination. Let's go ahead and start pouring our bait and get it out on the water and see what it does. All right, so you see here we have our toad mold. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to pour a belly in it. And then while it's still warm, we're going to take and lay our foam in it. And you need to be extremely careful not to burn yourself. That's our dog. Cut this one a little bit too long. So now we have our foam in there, and we're going to shut it up and inject it. Alright, so now we have our toad clamped up. One thing I'll emphasize really quick, actually while I'm injecting this, is we get a ton of questions about clamping. And so just notice, in this, how the toad's clamped. It's clamped really well. It's clamped in the front and the rear. The hinge is really only for to keep the two halves together. It's not there. It doesn't serve any sort of mechanical or integrity purpose as far as securing the mold. It's just a convenience item. So let's give this a second. Alright, you can see before we run down to the lake, I was going to put some eyes on it, but you can see there's our finished toad. I am going to put some eyes on it and dip it, and we'll go ahead and not only video the toad itself, but we'll also video the action the toad has. So I'll see you down at the lake in just a minute. So let's take a look at what the toad does. You can see we've got it rigged with a bullet weight. Really, this is an 1/8 ounce bullet weight, so you can actually fish it still on top if you're moving it pretty quickly, or you can fish it underwater. It also works really well as a flipping bait. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. Alright, so we've taken the bullet weight off. We've put the frog on with foam in it now. You can fish it really well topwater, but the thing I wanted to show with the foam is that you can actually stop it or twitch it and work it across the top without it sinking. So let's take a look at that.